My name is Heather. I'm 34 years old and I live in Gulf Shores, Alabama. I have been, for the majority of my life, dealing with anxiety disorders and depression, and in my later years I had developed an eating disorder. I got to my lowest weight, which was about 81 pounds, and something just clicked and I felt like I needed some help because I was on the fast track to death. There were years and years I thought that I could just take care of it on my own. Every Monday was a new starting day. I would try to eat again, or try to eat better, or just fix it myself. I thought I could do everything on my own. You realize that disordered eating and issues with eating disorders has a lot to do with control. So I thought that I was in control when really I wasn't able to kind of man the ship anymore. My breaking point was the last year before I reached out to TT. I was having chronic migraines, consistent kidney stone. I had to have kidney stone extraction surgery. I was extremely dehydrated. I was, like I said, at my lowest weight. I didn't feel like doing anything. My moods were all over the place. And so I actually just realized that I was not in control. I was seeing a therapist and I knew that I could deal with a lot of stuff, but really the food was where my issues lie. So I reached out, I found Plateful of Yum and reached out to TT. And I came in for a consultation and was blown away. It was wonderful, but I think at that point I wasn't really necessarily committed. I was going through the motions. I think within 2 months of that, my father passed away from leukemia, and I kind of just tanked for a while. I don't even remember the year, to be honest with you. There's this amazing organization called Project Heal, and I didn't tell anybody, but I applied for a scholarship, and what they do is they fund those that have eating disorders. They choose a recipient to go to an eating disorder clinic of their choosing. I did it on a total leap of faith. I wrote in and I was chosen. So I went away for, I guess, close to 5 months to Miami, to a residential center, kind of rebooted myself, found a lot about myself, and then I decided to not do the aftercare. I came back home, created my team here. I knew immediately I wanted TT on board. I had my therapist and my psychiatrist. I immediately started back with her, and she helped me with my aftercare, and it's been a whirlwind, and things are amazing right now. I used to create a lot of rules around eating. Now I've learned to kind of break through those rules, and I have a regimented diet, for lack of a better word. I eat intuitively, which is something that I never thought that I'd be able to do. I actually eat, which is kind of cool. I try new things. I cook on my own. I really try not to beat myself up if I want to partake in desserts. Some of the biggest breakthroughs for me, I know this sounds insane, I'm a huge pizza lover, but being able to eat pizza at my leisure and not feel bad about it, having Reese's Big Cups, just sort of learning to look at food differently and not as a negative thing is probably my biggest breakthrough. The biggest difference between TT and the other dietitian I've worked through before is, first of all, it's not something you can do on your own. I mean, maybe some people can, but especially when you're dealing with severe disordered eating and depression and anxiety, the need for control is so big, but you're actually really spiraling out of control. Working with TT has been great because she's so hands-on. For instance, at the center, it was amazing, but they're not allowed to tell you kind of the things that you should be eating, or what the benefits are. With TT, our journey's been so great because I've had instructed guidance. I've had more of a structure, which is very important for me. So she'll show me exactly, give me sample meal plans, or and tell me what, don't just eat vegetables. Let me tell you what these vegetables' properties are. I think the biggest difference that I've noticed, like I said, is she's in the trenches with you. She's been right there alongside the whole time. You feel that she's invested and really cares. It's not just the weekly sessions that I would come to. I would get an email or a phone call from her. And I will be honest, when I came back from the center, I was very motivated, but then you kind of get out of the fantasy world of being on that high of kind of recovery, and then you realize you just have a lot of work you still have to do, and being with TT has been such a great motivator. In my my journey, I like to say I'm still a work in progress, but I do feel that I have become closer to an intuitive eater, which is really cool. I have legalized a lot of the food that I eat now. I don't say that things are bad or good. It's just food and it provides fuel for you. My biggest thing that I'm excited about is the future. Before, I was in such a low state that I didn't care if I woke up in the morning. I could care less. The reason I hung around is for everybody around me. But now it's like I actually want to do it for myself, and I'm looking forward to marriage and a career and all the things that I just didn't think were possible, and all the cool foods I'll be able to experience along the way. So that's what I'm really looking forward to.